today we're going to be visiting Killerton House. Let's have a look around. Welcome to a walk through time. Smell the soap. from the limpsas. This is the laundries where they would wash all their clothes, and they up and forth there, and all the soaps lined up. Big basin. Heat the water with the stove underneath. So these urns commemorate the head gardener from 1945 to 1983, which is quite impressive. There's two of them here in the middle of the path, leading to the house. This is the bear hut. It was built in 1808. It's just 1808. And it was basically used as a summer house. If you go through here, you can see the chapel. And a beautiful stained glass window at the back there. So, when did the Georgians start? They started in 1714 and they ran through to 1830, although the Regency era is often considered to be connected with the Georgians, which means it led right up till 1837. And this contained, George I, George II, George III, George IV, and then you had William IV, who was part of the Regency era, but they combined him with the Georgian because it was only 7 years long. They're famous for their lavish fashion, their scrumptious food, and there was a drastic change in society, social society, and political society as well. Works are currently being undertaken on the chapel itself. As you can see, quite an impressive building actually, especially in the inside. And yeah, the stained glass is quite impressive. The clip you'll see in a minute, you can see the big stained glass window in the middle. It's very impressive. The Georgians actually invented Wellington boots. And they were also particularly known for their wigs. The wigs were very much in vogue. Apart from the fashion, however, they did serve a practical purpose. They were used for covering up bald patches and scarring caused by syphilis. They went out of fashion about 1795 though, due to a wig tax, a wig powdering tax. But powdering your wig did show your wealth and affluence. Well, Here's the house behind me, great big house, quite a nice house. Not the original house though, in fact, the original house was quite a nice Tudor country manor, but it was demolished because he didn't like it. He wanted something smaller, and back then things like listed houses and you can't demolish them, all of that, it wasn't a thing. So we built this thing, nice country Georgian manor in the middle of nowhere, with Exeter just on the distance that way. On the distance there on the horizon, you can just about make out Exeter. The people in the house could see that perfectly from their bedroom window. It was, like I said earlier, heavy social change, and Britain was turning into an industrial era. The class system was really tensioning, and divisions were obvious and intensified. New rival political parties like the Whigs and the Tories were emerging. Well, you know what really impresses me about this building is the amount of windows, and you're probably sat at home going, huh? But no, in 1696, window tax was introduced, and it stated that you would be taxed, I think it was about 2 shillings per window, and I didn't like it. And a lot of people, especially country homes, they would block their windows up. Killerton was built and owned and housed the Acland family from the late 17th century right until 1944, when it was donated to the National Trust. Thank you for watching this episode of A Walk Through Time. We are now going to walk into the Victorians.